Ladies and gentlemen, we here at the Guido Goes Off are saddened to hear about the loss of Bruno Sammartino, wrestling legend who passed away yesterday at the age of 82. Um, Bruno had a tremendous following and helped build the WWF at its home base of Madison Square Garden, to where fans flocked every time he was scheduled. And of course, also considered to be one of the greatest champions, if not the greatest champion of all time, who still holds the record today for the longest reigning WWF/E champion, holding the belt in one reign for well over 1,800 days. He was, in the past 2 years, finally taken his rightful place in the WWE Hall of Fame. And regardless of what God King Meltzer or people right now are saying about the specifics, such as the number of sellouts he had or what have you, there is no denying the fact that Bruno was a legend. And we here are saddened to hear of his passing. Long live the legend of Sammartino. Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of The Guido Goes Off. As always, I thank you folks for watching. Now, as I go through this episode, I'm going to try to help out our old good friend Corey Graves, who seems to be having a little bit of trouble differentiating between all the clubs the Finn Balor's created. And a lot of the clubs in general. So, we're going to help him out. So, Corey, I hope you're paying attention. Bullet Club. Balor Club. And we're going to start off the craziness that has gone on in the pro wrestling world with perhaps the craziest thing going today, and that is, what is the deal with Rusev? I'm sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about. Last week, it was announced that for this greatest Royal Rumble event in Saudi Arabia that people are going to have to call off work to see, Rusev was booked in a casket match against The Undertaker. And then Rusev was pulled from the casket match to be replaced by Chris Jericho. And it got pretty odd. And a lot of fans were wondering, why the hell did they do this? Why did they switch him out? It even made people think that Rusev was getting fired for something, for some ungodly reason. Now, after that, Rusev removed all references to WWE from his Twitter bio, and even using his actual legal name. And even putting out a tweet that says a tweet mentioning that it will be Rusev Day somewhere. Basically insinuating that he thought he was getting fired. Later on in the week, like early this week, it was announced that Rusev, Lana announced on her Twitter that she she was okay with him wrestling in a casket match, and that the match was back on. Which they did mention something about. Maybe it was because something they put him back in because of something with Jericho's schedule, as it still said that he is booked for the Greatest Royal Rumble, but it's whether or not he can make it, because he's got a lot of commitments going on in the States, and he's probably going to have to hop the plane, fly to Saudi Arabia, do the event, and fly back. Jericho's a busy man. I mean, between WWE, New Japan, Fozzy, putting together a cruise that combines everything, he's a really busy guy. People were wondering why he was, why all this was going on. Well, it turns out Rusev did something that infuriated higher-ups. And by higher-ups, of course, we mean Vince. Now, if you watch the TMZ interview, Rusev does say how he's going to handle The Undertaker. Rusev said, "I'm going to kick his old ass." So the mistake was, he said that The Undertaker was old. And as we all know, Vince hates it when things are referred to as old. It's why we can't refer to WrestleMania as the granddaddy of them all. It's why the numbers were, at least in the actual logos, the displays for WrestleMania, why the numbers were taken out. That's, yeah, Vince hates the term old. I wonder why, being 72 years old himself. Oh, sorry. 72 years young. In case he might have seen the video and remembered me working for him. Hashtag Harry the Guido. So, apparently Taker told them he was fine with being referred to as old. He wasn't offended. And Rusev was back in. So once again, we will see this casket match at the Greatest Royal Rumble event. Happy Rusev Day, everyone! I mean, it's gonna be, So here's hope. This just sounds like crazy. But then again, it's Vince McMahon we're talking about. Vince McMahon is the king of term I can't say out loud. We can't say that out loud. And, so I can't fully say what Vince is. Because he's a wonderful guy to work for. At least I hear that he's such a great person to work for. But yeah, so it's just a bit maddening that you change things, and it's all because of really, in all honesty, a really stupid reason. Makes no sense to me. But then again, a lot of things WWE has done over the past while make no sense to me. So here's hoping, Rusev doesn't call anyone that word, at least until after next Friday. Once he's through with it, and then he, when he comes home and he and Lana go see Avengers Infinity War, which also comes out that Friday, they can throw that word out all they want. Bullet Club, Balor Club. Well, of course, the next topic, the breakup of the Brangelina of professional wrestling. Get that joke counter ready, ladies and gentlemen, because yes, I'm going to be talking about the news that broke on Sunday, that being John Cena and Nikki Bella breaking off their engagement and basically splitting as a couple after 6 years together. As I said, the news was announced Sunday on the website of Us Weekly, the Bible of celebrity news that isn't people. Anyway, a statement was released by them saying that they have decided to go their separate. They decided to separate as a couple. They'll still remain friends. Blah 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 blah. We ask you to respect your privacy at this time, and blah 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 blah. The usual stuff when celebrity couples go Splitsville, because of another woman or a nanny or an ugly as fuck housekeeper or I'm tired of dating Channing Tatum. The usual stuff. Apparently, this was quite shocking to a lot of people that don't really know John Cena or don't know that Nikki's intolerable. Well, the couple was set to be married in just under a month and a half. The wedding was supposed to take place in Mexico on Cinco de Mayo, which, I'll be honest, I probably would have had to have my wedding to Nikki Bella on Cinco de Mayo, because all the tequila I'd be needing to make her tolerable. There we go. This did was kind of out of the blue. As we all know, the couple been they sit together for 6 years. They of course got engaged publicly after their match against The Miz and Maurice at WrestleMania 33. Now, according to a report from like the Insider, reported a source close to the couple saying that when he proposed, John was all for marriage. He was willing to change his ways. As we all saw, I at least saw on Total Divas, is that Cena was against getting married again. Cena was against having children. But he warmed up to the idea of getting married. Well, according to the source, they said that as the wedding came closer, Cena became more and more the old John, becoming resistant to marriage and things of that nature, and saying that was the reason for the couple splitting. The source went on to illustrate, using wrestling term faces and heels, and referred to Cena as the ultimate heel. Really, the only thing that's come from Cena was a post on his Twitter and one on Twitter saying things like, you have to move on, no matter how hard it is, and also putting on his Instagram a picture of a broken heart. Now, again, like I have said, there is no one knows the actual reason. I mean, it was speculated in this source, but again, there's no really known reason as to why the couple has split up. I mean, I could take a guess and say she broke one too many of Cena's house rules. Yeah, I need another counter for that. But I can understand in a way that, let's face facts, we know how Cena is, He likes to keep things fresh. And let's face facts, it was an older model, the paint was chipping, so high maintenance. I mean, having to constantly get spare parts, and working on the interior. And wait, am I talking about Nikki or the Ford GT he sold that Ford's suing him over? This counter reads in my mind: Balor Club, Bullet Club. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of The Guido Goes Off. I was trying to keep this one short because, I understand people have a lot to do. Plus, it's like really late at night. I am going to have another show up pretty soon where I talk about the Superstar Shakeup, so please stay tuned for that. And as always, what do you have to say about the topics I covered in this episode? As always, you can leave a comment in the section below. And you can always talk to me via my social media. And of course, as always, please like this video, share it with everyone you know, and if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please do so. It really does help us out. So, until next time, I am the Guido, and just one more time for you, Corey. Bullet Club, Balor Club, Guido Club. And I think we're done here.